Everyone is wrong about tariffs. They're not inflationary. Everyone keeps saying, I'm wrong. I need to do real research. What is he talking about? But if you don't believe me, here's a former Fed member talking about research that once again says that tariffs are not inflationary.
So whether or not this is going to be inflationary, in practice, we've already had a wave of tariffs. We saw that in 2018, 2019. And if you look at PCE inflation back then, inflation was below target. Now, a lot of people have been studying this episode now, and they come to the conclusion that it actually wasn't inflationary. So a team of researchers, and one of the people there was Gita Gopinath of the IMF. And so, this is a legit paper. They went online, they looked through prices of over 100,000 products, and they found that this tariff episode was not inflationary for the consumer. So right now, that episode that we had with Trump the first term was that there were tariffs and they were not inflationary, full stop.
Even if you Google tariffs are not inflationary, it'll tell you that the research shows that tariffs are not the main cause of inflation, but they do have adverse consequences, including reduced output and investment, which is then further reflected in the actual research papers, because you can't just base it off of mushroom tripping hallucinogenic AI, right? You got to actually go dig through the research papers. Short, medium term, tariffs are bad. By the way, also mentioned in here, higher inequality, which is actually the root of all economic issues. While you guys are arguing about this political nonsense, massive inequality is pretty much the root of all problems, okay? That's why you buy Bitcoin and gold, because until that's fixed, you're all fucked. And now that we've read those research papers, we go look at the counter research papers, which they say a consistent finding is that trade reforms have a positive impact on economic growth on average. Although it is important to say that this is on a more longer term time frame. And for everyone in the comments talking smack saying I don't do research, this is what research looks like, going through 53 pages of the most boring shit you've ever read in your entire life. Before I talk about what this means for the stock market, let me just say that all this perfectly aligns with the bank reports that I covered over on YouTube at the beginning of the year. Go subscribe. What this ultimately means is that probably later this year, Trump will get those rate cuts he's looking for. And that's why he didn't yell at Jerome Powell as he did during the previous administration to cut those rates. And why does he do blah, blah, blah? Because he knows he's going to win this fight.